So the other thing that I should say about this form of interdimensional communication is that it is a means for us to reinforce our networks of resistance to the forces of capitalism, patriarchy, and colonialism. Right, that's one of the ways that we're able to resist those forces is by building alliances across dimensions, and it's a particularly useful means to do that. It gives us a form of flexibility in our thinking and in our ability to respond to different situations, because we are able to communicate our forms of organization across dimensions. And that's really the key, is how we organize collectively. That's the key to all struggles, is our collective engagement. That is the thing that brings about change. So it is important to communicate these aspects across dimensions. And of course, in the first class, that's one of the things that we touched upon, was forms of anarcho-syndicalist organization that will help to bring the change that is required on your planet, on my planet, where they're really the same planet, actually. So they share the same geology, they share the same evolutionary history, they share the same pandemics. So they're as I said, they're very similar places. But we do need to find these ways to communicate across dimensions in order to be able to bring about the change that is required, and also the change in consciousness. Once we expand to acknowledge that we are part of this larger network of conscious beings that goes across many dimensions in space, time, and the other thing, we will once again be able to bring forth our vision of a more equitable world, one in which hierarchies don't exist, and one in which we are free to create the relationships that are required to sustain us and the rest of the planet and life on the rest of the planet. So that's the main work of every anarcho-syndicalist witch doctor, is to create those sustaining relationships with other organisms that will allow for the maximum flourishing of diversity of life on this planet. That's the larger goal. And that's, ultimately anarcho-syndicalism is just a way to get there, right? It's just a way to get there because that maximum diversity also comes from maximum autonomy within particular communities. So that's why it is necessary to dismantle hierarchies if we're going to get to that maximum diversity.